Hello. Hi, guys. I'm making sure that I am visible everywhere that I am live, so everybody can know we're doing stuff right now. The plan is to go for approximately 3 hours, give or take, depending on what feels like a good stopping point. Hoping and praying that I don't get some ridiculous migraine or something, which unfortunately happens from time to time when I'm actually having a really good fucking time. But hello. Caspian, Eli, Second City, good to see all of you. Streaming the other versions of Aladdin. No, my strength is the Super Nintendo Aladdin, and really I'm just concerned about trying out different controllers, because it's the only platformer that I'm particularly good at, and therefore I would like to challenge myself in various ways. That's the only reason why I keep coming back to the Super Nintendo Aladdin. I have no attachment to any other version of Aladdin. So today we're doing the Final Fantasy Legend 2. We of course did the first Final Fantasy Legend several months ago. This actually, as I said during that stream at that time, this actually is not truly a Final Fantasy game, despite what we did to the localization, calling it a Final Fantasy, kind of a spin-off, a Gaiden, if you will. Gaiden just meaning side story. It is not, actually. It is the first of the Saga franchise. The Final Fantasy Legend 1 was the first of the Saga franchise. Final Fantasy Legend 2 continues that. The first game had a soundtrack completely done by Nobuo Uematsu. It was his only full Game Boy soundtrack. This game continues to carry over the original, main theme motif, the leitmotif, at the title screen, but he's not the composer of the rest of this. In fact, just for my own, because I'm blanking on who the composer was from this point on, the Final Fantasy Legend 2, soundtrack? Nope. Yeah, give me the wiki article. Composed by Kenji Ito, who also worked on the Mana series. Yeah, just also a fantastic composer in his own right. I just know less of it because my focus is so largely on Final Fantasy games that I am weaker in knowledge of composers that compose for other equally fantastic franchises. Hey, no worries, Sorata, but thank you very much for swinging by. Have a female human fighter named Danny. That will be the kind you aim at a boss and stand back. I can do that. Just for you, I'll name one Danny. Yeah, my plan is much like the last Final Fantasy Legend game. We've got more choices for different races to choose from, but I'm still kind of sticking with 2 humans and 2 mutants. These games are ones that I do not feel like going too crazy with and getting myself into messy situations. We've introduced robots in the Final Fantasy Legend 2, which is kind of amusing. So part of me is like, oh man, should do a robot, but I don't want to struggle that hard. I really don't. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the actual sound for this game. I've got the title screen here paused. So once again, I am emulating because it's a little difficult to stream off of a Game Boy. Mind you, I still have my copy of the Final Fantasy Legend 2 that I had when I was much, much younger. But it's hard to stream off of a Game Boy cartridge. It's very difficult. So I haven't played this since I was underage, and Boy, I've got very little memory of it, so I'm gonna be relying pretty hard on guides, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, let's unpause this title screen and bring in the sound. There we go, there's that opening music, and this was the one track that was composed by Uematsu. And all the rest of the tracks are composed by Kenji Ito. I'm just gonna let that music play for a second because it's really, really good. I would be using my NES controller for this, which would at least be kinda sorta similar to a Game Boy layout. But this controller seems to be goofing a little bit at this point. I've had to switch over to this Xbox controller, and for some reason when I mapped out the buttons up, down, left, and right, the D-pad, this emulator is not thrilled with the D-pad, and so I'm having to do it with the stick, which, like, it's fine, but it feels a little less Nintendo-y. Oh well. So let's go ahead and get started. Magi. The symbol of great power. The legacy of the ancient gods who made this world. I can read. I passed 4th grade. Many fought for the mighty power, some won, and some failed. Now, another legend of bravery is about to begin. Yes. We're gonna start with... Oh, who followed? Mira Leon? Am I pronouncing that correctly? Hello, thank you for being here. I did. I finished Final Fantasy III on Friday. Finished it on Friday. So, what did you request over here? You requested a female human fighter named Danny. Why not? Danny! Danny! It's not a ghost, it's just your dad. I just thought that would be funny. Dad? What is it? I have to leave now. Will you keep... Alright, I better speed through some of this. Hey! Danny, wake up! I'm sleepy. Listen, do not lose this. Got it? Okay, so I got a prism. Dad, are you leaving again? Yep. Take care of Mom. Okay. Come home early. Yeah. Be good, Danny. Why does he always go out through windows? What is this? Why, Dad? Why don't you ever leave through the front door? Years later, Danny has grown up. Mom, What? Tell me, Danny. I want to go look for Dad. Oh, I knew you would say so someday. You're adventurous like your father. But I'm worried about you, Mom. You'll be alone. Don't worry about me, Danny. I'll be okay. Go ahead. Yeah. Tell me. Whoa, why is it speeding through? Anyway, go to school and tell Mr. S that you're leaving. Okay. Mom, I'll be back with Dad. So, Dad went out for cigarettes and he didn't come back. Yeah, he went to the store to get cigarettes. I'm glad we're on the same page here. So, you're leaving. Then I have to tell you this. The ancient gods made this world. Yes, I know. Their legacy is left all over this world in form of magi. What you have received from your father is one piece of it. 77 of those magi make a statue of a goddess, Isis. This? Each Magi has its own power. Some are using the power of Magi and trying to become new gods. Why did my father have such a thing? Preventing Magi from being abused for wrong purposes. Like a hero? Well, yes, kind of. If you wish to find your father, search for Magi. I will. Your Magi is called the Prism. It tells you the number of Magi in the same area. It will help you. Thank you very much, sir. I will study more about Magi and whatever the fuck the last word was. I didn't read it fast enough. Leaving, Danny? Take me with you. Me too, Danny. What should I do, sir? It's good to have reliable partners. Take 3 with you. Alright, so I'm gonna do a male human. What are we gonna call this guy? Do I have Twitch mods? No, I don't really know how I would do such a thing. What was the problem that you couldn't damage the final boss before? Yeah, so, the reason I couldn't damage the final boss is that you can't do damage to the final boss in Final Fantasy III unless you get all 4 crystals right at the very end, which means fighting 4 other bosses. And I could only beat 3 of the 4 other bosses right before the final boss. That 4th boss, right before the final boss, thwomped me every single time. It doesn't matter whether or not you can run up on the final boss if you can't do damage to it because you didn't do the 3 other bosses before it. So I did that. I did that and then we won. It was great. This is also, yeah, this is an exceptionally good soundtrack. I really like the soundtrack for the first Final Fantasy Legend, because that was all Nobuo Uematsu. This one, though, Nobuo's leitmotif from the first game carries over into the title screen, but the rest of it is not Uematsu. This soundtrack is Kenji Ito. It's very, very good. Yeah, this is one of the Game Boy Final Fantasies, and again, it is not technically a Final Fantasy. We kind of screwed up in localization because we were trying to bank on that Final Fantasy title, and it's really not. It's actually one of the Saga games. This is the second of the Saga games. Final Fantasy Legend 1 was the first Saga game, and after the Final Fantasy Legend 3, they finally cut that shit out. So, cool. We got a couple more of these Game Boy games to go. When we're done with Legend 2, we're actually going to move on to the Final Fantasy Adventure, which also is not a Final Fantasy. We did the same localization trick, and we really... I'm glad we finally got with it after that. Final Fantasy Adventure is... oh, hello. Yeah, we were just talking. Is it CLH0? Thank you also for the follow. No, Final Fantasy Adventure is the Mana franchise, which, you'd think, wasn't Secret of Mana the first? Well, it was the first one that we got, basically, sort of correctly titled. Sort of. And then we just kept calling them Mana games. It was the first of the Seiken Densetsu games. Alright, what are we calling this guy? We haven't gotten to talk about what we're calling Dude Face here. Caspian, you don't have to apologize to me for missing a stream. If life happens, there is no reason to be upset with viewers for not showing. Should have been here. I would never do that, man. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna call our human male. Is there a canonical name for him after I know they re-released this title later on, I think, the Wonder Swan? Richard, I don't think there's enough space to call him Richard. I think we only get... Do we only get 4 letters? We could call him Rick! We could call him Rick. I mean, why not? Let's do that. So then, now I'm gonna do mutants. I'll do, Caspian, you want somebody else to be called Dick? This is gonna be very confusing. Dick and Rick. About to go into food coma. I've been there. And now, human female. What are we doing? Mick? I don't know. Does Mick sound good for the human or the mutant female? Well, too late. We've got 2 Richards in the party now, and one of them is Rick and the other one is Dick. Name her Sarah? Or okay, I first came across as far as a female-sounding nickname. Shell. I'm gonna do Shell. That's the one that showed up first. Kitty Lynn, Moon Sapphire, hello to the both of you also. Also Dob, if I missed you earlier. You should go to a town beyond the Cave of North first. Thank you. Goodbye, sir. Okay. Cool. I'm free. I'm just gonna walk around for a little bit and see what there is to see before relying too heavily on the guide. I am gonna rely heavily on the guide because my memory from doing this as a child is basically non-existent. Good luck, Danny! Something's going on outside! There's a cave up north. Dick, my sweetie, make sure to behave yourself and be good. Like I said, I did play it, but as a child, so I have basically no memory of it. Rick's going too? Well, okay. Take this! Got a cure, that's good. Let me out. Going to look for your father? Take care, Danny. Remember, Danny, do not be selfish. You're responsible for your friends. Now, take a good rest. Good, she cured me. I can just crawl right under this bed. I think it's supposed to be that I'm in the sheets. I can't go out the same window my dad left out of. I don't think you can get anything from these pots or anything. The dad's meant to be based on Indiana Jones. Well, I can kind of see it. I am probably not going to get very far right away. Wait up! I'd better come with you. Oh, cool. Additional party member. Oh, we got in a fight immediately. Let's cast fire on this thing. 140 damage, holy shit. Oh good, the victory fanfare is still the same. No, like I said before, Eli, I do not have Twitch mods. I don't even know how I would do that with a game like this. Your English teacher just burned 4 tigers to a crisp. I'm probably not gonna get very far because I feel like, one, we need our teacher's help to get us anywhere. But, we're gonna need to really strengthen our party if this is gonna go anything like the very first Final Fantasy Legend. Oh my god, this is incredibly high, random encounter rate. What happens if we dissolve instead? Chat mod? No, I don't know. I don't know how that works. There's that cave. I'm going to be occasionally stopping to, like... Can I not get into my menu? Do I not have a menu right now? Mr. S, go through the Cave of North to a town. I mean, okay. I am just going to occasionally quick save, cause... Not messing with it on Game Boy. Oh, this button is not working to back out of things. That's what's going on. Why is that? I'm gonna have to remap some buttons. That's what the problem is. Oh, I got hit. Oh, no. I'll go ahead and try and cure somebody. Let's cure Danny. Oh, no. Good thing we cured Danny, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna have to occasionally go back to town, because these guys are gonna be way too difficult. We could eat this meat. This is for the monsters to evolve if I had put a monster in my party. I did not put a monster in my party, though. Yeah, nothing happened. Yeah, turn back around. Never mind. Hold on. Even before that... Right, I can't go into my menu, right? I'm gonna have to do some remapping. 1 second here. Maybe I should just try to use my Game Boy controller. It was really fucking up on me. But I'm gonna try and switch real fast, not to the Game Boy one, to the NES controller. I don't know. What are you coming running over here for, Doom Train? Little cat? What are you doing, sweetie? You're acting like I called you over here for... What? It's a controller. What? She's looking at it like I'm gonna throw it? Like it's a toy for her? What? I don't understand. Cat cameo? Not just yet. She hasn't run all the way over here. Let me try and remap this controller real fast. I thought I had this. I tested it before we started, but let's configure game controller. My computer's telling me, oh, I didn't recognize your USB device. Fuck you. Come on, configure game controller. Really? Do I need to put it in another USB slot? Come on now. Can I please get something to work? Okay. Go back to the gamepad. Come on now. Job as a federal employee. I have no advice for you there. I have no idea what you would do. Okay, I supposedly have it mapped, and it ain't doing shit. Now it just outright doesn't work. Oh my fucking god. Okay, let's try something else. We're going for the PlayStation controller. Hold on. We're not gonna get very far if we can't even correctly control the game. Game, I tested you. We've been through this. Don't fuck up on stream. Okay, options, configure game controller. Let's do this again. No? We're just... Hello? Oh my god, please! Please! Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna save state here. Maybe reopening the program entirely will do the job. And I can't even close it. Can't even close it. What is going on right now? Task manager, help me. Thank you. Ended that task finally. What the fuck was going on? Alright, let's bring it back up. So before we get anywhere, let's configure this controller. Yes, that's working. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button here. Hi, Doom Train. I know you're crying. Hold on. Yeah, I'll pay attention to you in just a second. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna try this again. And, can I load my recent save state? There we go, there we go. At least I'm trying to select the save. Oh, man. Hello? Here, look at this cat. Look at this cat while I try and figure this out. State. quick load. Okay, D-pad is working. Start menu is working. Okay, so we're doing it on a fucking PlayStation controller. This is not ideal to me. I didn't want to play a Game Boy game on a PlayStation controller. But fine, I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, baby cat girl? Are you okay with that? Yes? Right, Mr. S has the cure, which I used in the last battle, which is what I would like to use currently in my menu. Here we go. This is all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I just wanted normal fucking functionality. I'm actually gonna go back to town. These kids are gonna get their asses handed to them, and I feel like we're probably going to end up grinding. Hi! Grinding a little bit before we actually get very far to the next town. I'm just gonna end up going back to my mom's house a whole bunch. Mom's house is... which one? I think it was this one over here. Hi, Doom Train, I know. Alright, she gave me rest. Now I gotta get rid of these controllers so the cat can do whatever it is she wants to do. He's very overpowered right now, which is, I mean, he's the tutorial guy. He's gonna help you until you can handle it all on your own. Right, baby cat? I know. I'm actually genuinely just gonna walk around out here for a second. There's way too many monsters. What the heck? What have you done? You knocked over my box of tissues. I'm gonna need that eventually, Doom Train. Hi. I know. I love you too. Why do you only do this when I'm doing a live stream? You hate that I talk to people other than you. You hate it. Why? Why are you like this? You got a thing on your butt. What are you doing? There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what you want, right? There, is that what you wanted? Just lie down. You can just get comfy, okay? Stay there, be comfortable. Oh no, got punched. Hi. I mean, maybe I should just move on. I'll go back to Mom's house and heal one more time. Because our teacher is going to run out of abilities if I do that too often. I didn't mean to have her heal me twice. It's whatever. What? I know, I love you too. I love you too, okay? Okay? Yes, so there's a link to the Discord here on this very same Twitch page. There is a channel in my Discord, there's a room in my Discord channel that tells you when I go live. If you're following here on Twitch, you should also be able to receive notifications when I go live. I always post on Blue Sky when I go live. There's a lot of options there for you to be able to get that information. To a town. I guess I must have leveled up at some point. Are you leaving, Doom? Alright, bye, Doom Train. I must have leveled up at some point because I've got more HP now than I did when I started. Do I have status somewhere? Well, I'll save. I'll save for real. There we go. Yeah, it's all invisible. It's all invisible experience. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough. I'll just go ahead and take the cave then. And actually, I'm gonna take a look at a map of this cave. It's not a very in-depth map, honestly. There's nothing down here. Just going up. Oh no! Tiger or jaguar, whatever. There we go. Yeah, it's all the same as Final Fantasy II, because it was created by the same guy, so... Oh my god. My main character died. Never mind, I guess I'll turn back around again. Why is my dissolve missing? Shit, man. Guess I had the right idea trying to go back. Why write it for only one game? You are not wrong. I mean, that's what Ryuga Gotoku does with Yakuza / Like a Dragon all the time. How many times have they reused the Dragon engine? I did. I had to grind a whole bunch in the first game. And, after I was done grinding in the first game, boy, that game became very, very easy. Well, the good news is, after I die, these characters come back to life with 1 HP after battle. That's the good news. I guess if I can keep curing, I guess I'll keep moving. Alright, we're just lighting all these guys on fire, though. Go away. Go back to Bo. Goblin meat, eat it and have nothing happen. Cool. Mr. S, I guess. I'd be curious to know what his Japanese name was. In fact, I kind of want to look it up. The Final Fantasy Legend 2, Mr. S. Oh, cause his name was just Sensei. Oh, Mr. S. I guess if you're, if the localization can only use 4 characters, you've only got room to type MR.S. Sensei in Japanese, if you're using hiragana, is only 4 characters. Sensei. That's it. His name is just Teacher. His name is just Teacher. That's very funny. Mr. Teacher to you! I guess so. Go be on fire! Oh boy. Mr. Teacher is running out of abilities, though. I guess I better get through this cave. Well, Danny's HP is going up. That's not nothing, I suppose. Alright, let's try this again. So there's some items over here. Here we go. Got another cure. Useful. And a bronze shield. Also useful. Just give it to the first person in the list, I suppose. I imagine I can't save in this cave, right? Oh, I guess I can. You can just save anywhere. It's fine. No big deal. Yes, yes. It looks like you're getting much better. But be careful. Thank you, Sensei. I learned Teacher's real name. It's like learning your homeroom teacher's first name. Did you know Mrs. Miller's first name is Stacy? Let's call her Stacy next time we come in for class. Miss Miller's very upset with you from that point on. Go be on fire. Ow. Ow. Well, I can only say that I got into Halo recently, mostly because I've just got a number of friends who wanted me to play Halo, like several, like multiple people. it's not a super great time to be into Halo. So, like, I wrote that article on my website about Halo very specifically because, oh, we're in this point in time in our country's history where, one, the government is using Halo imagery to push a fascist agenda. And here's what the actual text of the game says and what it presents, and it's like not even remotely anything presented in any way that the government is trying to use it. I otherwise don't know almost anything about Halo. Like, I played Halo parties with friends in high school and college. So, multiplayer, I could tell you who Master Chief was, I could tell you what a Warthog was, what a Needler was, whatever. And I had fun, but I didn't know anything about the plot of Halo until, like, just a couple of months ago. And then just last month, I also beat Halo 2. So that was my first time beating Halo 2. My plan, currently, is to play Halo 3 multiplayer campaign with a few friends. That's the current plan. We'll see how that goes. My friend group, historically, this has been going on for years now, don't do a very good job of really scheduling our hangouts. Like, we try to say, oh yeah, we'll hang out on this day of the week or whatever, and then, almost weekly it falls apart. But eventually, one day, we should be able to get there. We should be able to get up to everybody being on the same page, doing the multiplayer campaign for Halo 3. We'll see what happens. Oh good, received hammer. That'll be useful for somebody. I get the feeling I should be prepared before I talk to this guy. Hold on a second. Uh-huh. What can I give? I could give somebody a bow and a hammer. Actually, Mr. S could kind of use one of these because he's gonna run out of something. I'm gonna give him the hammer. I'll also give Danny bow. Do I just have another hammer? Oh, can I not equip Mr. S with anything? Which would make sense because he's the NPC guy. I guess that's what the buzzing is for. Me, the idiot, thinking, oh, buzzing means it worked. Fine, here, you also can have a hammer. You see the cats every time they walk by? I just presented the cat for a long period of time when she came up on the table. She shows up when she shows up. They don't like being held. They love hanging out, but they don't like being held. I'll go ahead and save again. Give me that Magi! Blah! Okay, let's go. Baby worm! Oh, shit. Right on. Right on, Sensei! Fuck yeah, man, let's rock! Danny, I must stay and guard our town. Good luck. Thank you. I will come back with my father. Goodbye, Mr. S. I mean, Sensei. Mr. Sensei left. Mr. Sensei. Alright, what's going on in town? Dad, come back! Dad?! Shrine of Isis is to the west. There's a cute cleric named Key in the shrine. One GP cures 1 HP. So a total of 34 GP. Yeah, I guess. You don't even have to get in bed for it to work. That's the good thing. Dad? Oops, my mistake. Huh? Who are you? By the way, Magi might be left in the relics of ancient gods. Do you happen to know where it is? I don't know why we're having that conversation, sir. You just decided I should hear that. Pillar of Sky is holding the celestial world. That's a strange sentence, but okay. Pillar of Sky is over the northern mountains. Ashura's men must be looking for the Magi. Magi! Ashura made a base in North Valley. Oh, spend a GP to listen to a tune? Yeah, give me some music. Oh my god! The whole soundtrack of the game is in here. Let's do Burning Blood. I just played an OC remix of this song during the pre-show for today's stream. Indiana Jones is the dad? Yeah, from what people in this chat were saying. That was the intention, was to make him Indiana Jones-like. How's Twitch? Twitch is fine. I mean, other than the fact that it's owned by Amazon. That sucks. Where'd the name Mars come from? Because I really like Marvin the Martian. Yeah, more Final Fantasy! Always more Final Fantasy. It's gonna be a long time before I switch to something else. It's going to be a very, very, very long time. Imbiamba Jones! I've already talked to this guy. Hello! Refreshment for only 10 GP. Yeah? Have a good time. Doomtrain, why are you yelling at me? You can come over here. People want to see you anyway. Just come here. Just come here. Come here. There she is. Come back. Can I get you? She wants me to get her. She wants me to chase her around this house. She thinks that's fun. Oh, it's still just playing this song all the way out here. What's in the item shop? Ooh, better armor. Better armor would be good. Man, soft is expensive. I get that you get 4 of them. But still, that means that each one of them is what? 250 GP apiece? Well, I can at the very least do bronze armor. Hold on, what kind of armor am I currently wearing? I'm wearing bronze armor, so it might be pointless. Well, no, I can still give him a helmet. I can give Rick a helmet. Rick, Dick, and Shell could use some helmets. Actually, they could all use helmets. All of them. Let's do that. Let's buy 4 helmets. Man, I failed math. What? Also, I don't think anyone's got this bronze accessory, right? Yeah, you know, like most countries. I think we might be the only country, one of very few, that, like, says, oh, taxes added after the fact. You see this price tag in the store? That's not actually the full final price of the thing you want to buy. Very sneaky that way. It's very stupid. You go to Japan and you'll be like, man, everything is a really strange number because the tax is in the price of the thing that I want. Did I buy too many helmets, or did I just do something stupid? Oh, I took off I took off somebody's armor because I'm an idiot. There we go. That's what happened. Everybody's good now. Bronze, 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 bronze. I could get those bronze accessories. Same in Canada. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry for our cultural overlap. I feel very badly about that. Have I considered wrestling in Japan? I mean, I've considered wrestling, which I would not be good at, but I did take a one-day seminar, which I definitely would have continued if I was financially set to do that. It's an extremely expensive thing to do. But to do it specifically in Japan, I think would be very rough. All the Joshi, the female pro wrestling outfits, are very, they're good, man. I think a lot of their female wrestlers are a lot better than ours, even. They're fast, they're quick, they're high flyers. And there's a few women who don't necessarily act or move that way. I think it could be fun. Very difficult, but I think it could be very fun. But it's also just very expensive to train. It is not for the weak-willed, that is for sure. Despite the fact that wrestling is very slightly, scripted, it's not that those people are not athletes, I can tell you that much. Those people definitely have trained really fucking hard to be able to look and move the way that they do, and do it deliberately without hurting each other. That's the point. Is that they're not actually trying to hurt each other unless it's... Like last night, I was at AEW Revolution. It was a pay-per-view event. It's the first pay-per-view event I've ever been to. And they had a Texas Death Match as their grand finale, the main event. And some of it is like, it looks more dangerous than it really is, right? They pulled out, oh, here's a glass window. Is somebody gonna go through the glass window? No, they shattered the glass window before anybody could go through it, but the shards of glass are on the ground. And I personally believe that it was like sugar glass. Like, the way that it shattered was very, just, like, into little bitty pieces. It was a heck of a show. But it's supposed to look more dangerous than it actually is. And then they'll, like, one guy will take another guy and drag his body through the shattered glass. But if it's not even real glass, if it's like sugar glass, that's gonna hurt a whole hell of a lot less. There's a little bit of real blood that happens in wrestling, and some of it is, oh, that's a natural accident that's just gonna happen, you're just gonna get some cuts or whatever. And then some of their blood is like, oh, we've clearly gone in and we put fake blood in to make it look a lot worse than it really is. So it's theater. Yeah, that or pre-broken glass. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Muscle musical? I don't know anything about that, but I would be interested to learn more. That's why CM Punk got in a fight with Jack Perry and got fired? Was he pro-real glass or pro-fake glass? There's some outfits where, like, the point is to go really hard, and for things to appear more real. GCW is one of those outfits where, like, the point is, oh no, they're actually going to sort of try to hurt each other. Punk was against real glass. Well, see, then that's what I'm saying, is that under normal circumstances, the point is to be as safe as humanly possible, and for it to look like you're really going to hurt somebody but it's theater. You're not actually supposed to do it. So if somebody is introducing real glass into the situation, it is little wonder that somebody would get mad when you try to introduce real glass. It sucks to get fired over that kind of a fight. Mind you, I think for some reason I didn't like CM Punk for some other reason, but this is not whatever that scenario was. People get fired for being dangerous wrestlers who don't practice doing their moves safely, and don't do any attempt to not hurt their partner. There's some female wrestler in WWE a few years back that I seem to recall everybody hated because she was just doing really dangerous shit and she was getting her partners injured all the time. You're not actually supposed to injure the other person. It's supposed to look so much worse than it actually is. And people do naturally get injured trying to do that shit. That's why it is kind of impressive, the things that they do. But making it look like it hurts and actually not getting hurt, that part I think is the most impressive. That's almost more impressive than actually hurting somebody. Because you can actually hurt somebody very easily. It's why you're not supposed to, like, every time, I laugh every time they, like, start punching each other in the face. Because their punches are weak. You can see they're not throwing it. Like, these are big muscled dudes and they're just going, hitting them in the head. And they either don't actually connect, or they hit their own hand, and they're just, like, and we all know they're not really doing it, and then the guy's gotta sell it, like, oh no, oh, not the face, oh no. You're not actually supposed to punch somebody in the face, which is why, like, I'm more interested in, like, when you do forearm hits. This looks a little bit more real, and it's less blunt and bludgeoning than using your fist. I could get... oh, these are very expensive. I'll have to come back for some of these. There might be a point in time where I have to do some grinding, less so for gaining HP or whatever, but just to have enough money to buy the things that I want to buy. Shrine of Isis is to the west, okay. Okay, we've already talked to these people. I went in every door, right? Yeah, sorry man, I'm not meant for, like, live podcasting or anything. I'm not that kind of a speaker. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the world map now. Just for my own sake. First overworld map. There's the town. Okay. I'm gonna have to go through just a shit ton of forest, and then there's a shrine over to the west, just like that NPC said. Alright, let's hit it. Let's start kind of trying to make our way over to the shrine. There may come a point in time where I have to, like, turn back around and go get other weapons, or just have more money. Just to have more money for the things that I need in order to progress. Yeah, like, if I make a dedicated video on a particular topic, I'm editing out all my pauses and my uhs and my ums. There are some people who are very talented speakers who can just speak and speak and speak on a given topic. Their brain just works quickly enough that they're capable of doing that, and that is not me. It also takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. It's starting to feel like I'm going to have to actually hang around town and grind, because these enemies are a little tough on me. Yeah, these guys are a little tough. I'm actually gonna go back to, where was it? The bar or whatever? I shouldn't have changed the music, because this is supposed to be, like, I think boss music or something? Eat the meat. No, that's the main title theme. I'm just throwing my money away. Some wandering shadow? No. This seems like this is probably the final boss theme. I don't want to have that going. Oh, this is very stressful. Fine, go back to Burning Blood. Who wasted all that money trying to change the music?
I'm gonna bleach your ass.
Who we got? Jeff, hello! Thank you for being here. Good to see you. You know, I'm not a huge JoJo person. You know, I watched the first 2.5 arcs of JoJo, and actually I really like JoJo when it's concerned with Hamon. You know, the breathing technique of the first 2 arcs. I actually do not like stands. I know that sounds crazy, because that's the most popular thing about JoJo. I don't like stands. I don't think that they're nearly as interesting as Hamon. Never watched a single episode of JoJo? I don't think it's a bad series. I just... Boy, I'm not big on it, and a lot of people are very fervent about it. And that is just not me. Boy, yeah, I'm gonna have to keep going back to the end, because... Holy crap. I feel like it's gonna be like this for a while, right at the beginning of my game. If I can get some grinding in, this is gonna make this game really, really easy, just like the first Final Fantasy Legend. Hey, Doom Train came back! Here's my girl! She knows. She knows I'm pointing this at her now. Hey, girl. Done enough anime that I just don't want to watch it anymore. I get it. You work on it enough, and then you don't want to take your job home with you. And as a closed caption and subtitle editor, I totally understand how that goes. So I do closed caption editing and subtitle editing on a whole bunch of anime as well. So there's still some anime that I can sit and watch, but, like, I wouldn't want to go back and have to rewatch the things I worked on, just as an example. Okay, this is where it's trying to send me. What, baby cat girl? Any plans for the week aside from commissions? No, it's pretty much just work. Just work. Just work and trying to get this game... get through this game. If it's anything like the length of the first Final Fantasy Legend, it shouldn't be that much longer than it. So we should be able to finish this game. I bet you we could do it in between 3 to 4 streams. By my best estimate. Doom Train. I need my hand in order to control my character. Hi. No, what? Oh, there's that music. I got that music back. Who the heck is Ashura? I came here to have Key heal me. As long as Key's in here, Ashura wouldn't come in. Nothing else in this room. There are many different worlds other than this. Next world is Ashura's desert, and next to it is Giant's world. Key has the power to heal. I'll heal you? Okay, all done. Do you know anything about the Magi? What will you do with them? Be a god? No way! Danny's father is going after Magi. We're looking for him. That man with a hat on? Do you know? Where did he go? He dropped in, asked me about Magi, and left. Oh, okay. Thanks. Wait! People say that there are Magi in the relics of the ancient gods. It's 4 to the east and 3 to the south from the big rock in the southern forest. 4 to the east and 3 to the south. Oh boy. Chainsaw Man's alright. It's a really, really good movie that came out this past year. Of course, you already would have had to have watched all the anime that came before it, but very, very well done. 4 to the east and 3 to the south. I'm probably gonna have to look up a guide for getting that specifically. Oh, the spider wasn't so hard. Gang! 4 members of this gang. I should have really, lit them on fire. But they're not really hurting me, so I guess it's alright. Yeah, the animation in the most recent Chainsaw Man film is very, very good. Just very good cinema, honestly. Thanks, Doom Train, just knocking over everything. I mean, my understanding is that people who read the manga find the manga to be exceptional as well. It's pretty brutal, though. It's a pretty violent series. So it's difficult for me to look at sometimes. Hi, Doom Train. Can I please control my game, sweetie? I love you too, okay? I promise I do. Oh, cool. One of my mutants has learned how to cast ice. Just lie down. Alright, good girl. So, who was it? Was it Shell? Yeah, Shell learned how to use ice. Cool. Fire and ice sounds pretty good to me. I'm trying to get over here to a spot all the way in the southern part of the map. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here yet. I probably should actually be looking at my guide to see where I'm supposed to go. But I'm gonna try and clunk around on my own. See if I can't figure it out without too much help. The Saga 2 begins. Oh, here we go. Found this hidden place. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in here right now. This might be the place where that key person back up north was telling me I was supposed to go. I hope it is. Good girl, damn train. Good girl. Man, that particular enemy had quite a bit of health. Actually, also gonna look up a map for this place. I'm not sure if I'm looking at the right map, but... Oh yeah, this is the right map. I think. Come back to that in a second. Let's go ahead and continue this fight. I'm gonna need to get a character with cure magic at some point. Oh no, camera's getting loose every time I try and shuffle it around to show you the cat. She is a queen. She definitely feels like she should be treated like a queen, that's for sure. I don't know what's up with Beastars myself, as I've never seen it, but if we're talking about a character's name being pronounced as Legoshi instead of Legoshi, I don't know if there's like source material where he's supposed to be Legoshi instead of Legoshi. I can tell you that the Japanese pronunciation, there is no very natural way in the Japanese language to pronounce C, and it often just comes out as she instead. If you were to go by syllables with the letter S, you have sa, she, su, se, so. Just those 5 syllables. And you can kind of shoehorn in, if you write she and also attach an E next to it, like a lowercase E next to it, essentially. They can tell what you're trying to say is C, but it's not very natural to them. They're gonna want to slip into a she, because that's That's their natural pronunciation. I might have to actually turn back around and go back to town. I'll use a cure. Maybe even 2. I guess that's fine for now. Where am I right now exactly? Boy, I barely was able to take 2 steps. Many times the text will read Ruis instead of Lewis. What text are you looking at? Is that official subtitles? Is it a book? I don't know enough about Beastars to really know where it came from. I don't know the plot of the show. Is it fan subs? Because yeah, there's a difference between an L and an R, and actually the Japanese language does not make that distinction. There's da, di, do, da, do, and it's a sound that sits in between an L and an R. It's not really truly an L or an R. We've just decided to Romanize it with the letter R. That's just the closest approximation we could come up with. Oh boy, meat. I think I'm gonna turn around for a little while. I'm leaving. I feel like I'm probably underprepared to come in here for too long. We need to get our characters some higher levels, some higher attack power. And that's just gonna come with walking around and getting into fights. So I think much like the first stream that I did with the first Final Fantasy Legend game, first stream is gonna be a little boring. And it's the second stream where things really kind of take off. So we're gonna do this about another hour and a half. Things might not be interesting for that next hour and a half, but hopefully on Wednesday, things will be a little more interesting again. It was Netflix subtitles?
I'm gonna bleach your ass!
Pixel Tapestry, hello! Thank you for that follow as well. So are you saying, on Netflix's subtitles, oh, and then in newspapers and written notes. Okay, so there's a conflict they have between what it's showing, in on-screen text and what's in the subtitles. Oh, I wonder who made that decision then. Because typically, if we've got on-screen text that says one thing, the company would very much be like, oh my god, well, we've got to stick with what it shows on screen. Wonder what happened there. No, I think under normal circumstances, people are not super excited by grind streams. And the good news is I can keep coming up in here and she'll probably heal me again. Yeah, okay. So she won't have more to say, but the good news is I can keep getting healed. But I would like to go back to town and maybe start slowly buying better items, equipment, abilities, what have you. I really like this wrestler type gang member character. There we go. One more dude. Cool. Acquired poison. That's useful. Jaguar. We are definitely going to have to get different weapons because all these weapons only have so many uses. Eee! The Jaguars are no slouch. Oh my god! Killed me! Why is this Jaguar such a dick? See, Dandino, hello to you as well. Oh my god, where's the town? Oh, there it is. No, that's the cave. Let me back into town. Let's go back to the inn. Okay, we got a little more money now. Let me take a look at the item shop. Get out of my way, buddy! You blocked me in! We could do... I'll probably want to get more softs eventually. Gold armor will be useful eventually. Let's do... Ooh, getting 80 kicks would be very cool. That's a lot of money, but I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just hold on to that kick for a while. How's it going, Doom Train? Why are you just circling me like a shark, little girl? Let's save again. I'm gonna save in another save slot. Hi, baby cat girl. Circling my feet. I know. Rally Vincent. Oh, they just flipped every possible L and R. Yeah, that happens sometimes. People have often speculated that, like, for example, Barret of Final Fantasy VII, he probably should have been Bullet. Which comes with the problem of, you know, not just L's and R's getting flipped, but also, that letter U, or not U, the letter A in his name. The pronunciation of ba there. In Japanese, that could be, like, they don't have an They don't have an sound. They have A, I, U, E, O. Those are all of the vowels that you get in the entire language. That's it. That's all you get. So there's no middle, there's no sliding in between those 5 vowels. You either get an A or an U. You don't get an So there's no bullet. So you have to, like, they have to make a decision. It's Barreto. Barreto. So it could have been there's no real confirmation that that's what they were going for. It could have been, because he's the guy with the gun for an arm. It could have been Bullet. They could have made that decision if that's what they wanted to do. Because that pronunciation... Burrit? That could be funny if they intended to... It should have been Burrit. But this is also how we get the Aerith-Eris problem, because there's no TH in Japanese. So, for all the years that we were calling Aerith Eris, I mean, we were pronouncing it the way the Japanese pronounce her name. The Japanese say her name is Eris. It's just not Romanized that way. And they don't even mean for it to be Romanized that way. They just can't help it because their language doesn't factor in a TH noise. That's not a thing that their language does. So they can write it with a TH all they want. They just can't say it very easily. They got a Su. So in Japanese, her name is spelled Earisu. Damn, once again, we've killed our main character. I mean, I still like and occasionally use the name Eris, despite the fact that it is canonically not correct. The Japanese say it like that, so why can't I? I feel like we're not going to be able to get very far unless I can withstand these jaguars a little bit easier. Oh, I should have healed up our main character before we got into this fight. Yeah, it's not that it was a typo. It's not that Eris was a typo. It's that it was, well, they just Romanized what the Japanese pronunciation sounds like, the way it's written in Japanese. It was kind of right, but kind of wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna need more money. I'm gonna need more abilities. We're not gonna be able to get very far in this stream, I just feel like. Because we're running into the same issue that I had, during the first game. Here you go, buddy. Take, oh, who would be good to have? Well, I'll wait for Danny to run out of rapier attacks, I guess. Am I walking the right way? I don't know where I'm going. I mean, yes, the intention was for her name to be some sort of a, not exactly an anagram of the word Earth, but, but for that to be the feeling, that was completely their intention. Guess I gotta go back the other way. That was their intention, but regardless, they're just not able to pull out that pronunciation in Japanese very well. Sonic Rumble is doing a Smurfs-themed event? I mean, I barely pay attention to Sonic, so no, but, damn, that's not a crossover I was exactly, banking on, that's for sure. Sonic and Smurfs. We're out of bow uses. Well, Danny's agility went up, thankfully. Okay, we need to give you this sword now. the voice direction of Aerith in Kingdom Hearts 2. The same thing that happened in Advent Children. You know, I've done very little voice acting myself. A lot of classes. And I've done some Walla. And a couple of mobile games. And that is the extent of my work. So I'm not gonna pretend I know shit about the job of voice directing. I really don't. That's not where my specialty lies. But I can't say that I disagree that, oh my god, what the hell happened with Advent Children and I guess these, like, two characters in Kingdom Hearts, both Cloud and Aerith, both really suffered. I can, like, the best I can say is that is not my preference in voice acting. And I'm somebody who really likes and appreciates dubs, alright? I don't want to sit here shitting on dubs for being dubs. I never want that to be an interpretation of anything I'm saying. I defend dubs regularly. Boy, Aerith and Cloud, man. Yeah, listen to people who, like, actively work in the field, you know? They might have better insights than me. And I've just kind of dabbled with the intention of going farther, but, like, it just sometimes doesn't work out that way. Do I like David Bowie? I mean, I like him well enough. I can't say I've, like, spent an extensive amount of time with his library. With his discography. But sure, the David Bowie songs that I've listened to, I like. Okay, let's start by getting healed, and then I definitely have to go back to town and buy more weapons, cause, oh my god, I'm kinda getting thwomped here, and I'm about to run out of weapons. Cause they break after too many uses. We almost made it back to town. Yeah, I'm mutuals with the both of them. With both Karina and Eddie. I'm mutuals with the both of them. Oh, we're out of uses on that rapier. And out of uses on that longsword. Alright, back into town. What do we do now? How much GP do we currently have? A little over 1,000? What's our health at right now? Pretty good. I'm not gonna... Yeah, there's no reason to go back to the inn at the moment. Let's do... What are we thinking? Let's buy... Might do a punch. Punch gives me 90. I can punch things 90 times. You got punch. And, you know what? I'm gonna buy 4 punches. And then I want to make sure I buy more cures, because we don't have a whole lot of cures left. Curse, eye drop, soft. More cures. More cures would be good. If I can fit in 4 more cures, or maybe just 3. That'll do. Hopefully I've got the inventory space for all this. It let me buy them all. We've got it. We got the inventory space. Alright, who wants punch and who wants kick? Let's give you punch. Rick, why don't you learn to kick people? I'm probably gonna not buy kick again because it was so expensive. I just really wanted somebody to know how to kick. I thought that was funny. Let the girls throw hands. Heck yeah, Zappa. How are you doing? So many batteries on Legends 3. Yeah, I did the same with Legends 1 and Adventure. I mean, I had all the way up through Legends 2 and Legends 3, but boy, I don't have solid memories of Legends 2 and 3. Alright, I'm gonna try again to go back out in that direction that we were going before. I'm gonna have to go up over these mountains in a second. Here we go. If I didn't say hello to you before, JP, hello. I know people are saying hello to you right now. I didn't really need to come get healed. I just wanted to make sure. Nobody even fought me. Just wasted my time. Final Fantasy III on Game Boy. Yeah, there's a whole lot of confusion with the number 3. Boy, I mean, like, for one, renaming Final Fantasy VI to be Final Fantasy III. First big mistake in North America, which wasn't even the first big mistake. Renaming all of the Saga games to be a Final Fantasy, that's one mistake. I mean, I don't think you're dumb for having been fooled like that. I think it was very confusing and very misleading for a very long period of time. So Final Fantasy VI isn't... Final Fantasy III wasn't even Final Fantasy III, it was Final Fantasy VI. It doesn't help that we didn't even get the real Final Fantasy III for years and years and years. Then comes the Final Fantasy Legend games, and they're all Saga games. And then you've named one of them the Final Fantasy Legend 3. Oh, is this Final Fantasy 3? No, it is not. None of these Final Fantasy 3s are Final Fantasy 3 at all. No, I don't think there's anything dumb about that. My cat knocked over my box of tissues, and now I have no idea where it went. Yeah, Final Fantasies 2 and 3 were NES. Final Fantasy V was Super Nintendo. So we just fucked that all up. We just fucked everything up, because by the time they got to Final Fantasy VI, they were like, oh shit, it's good again. But we've already skipped a bunch of games, and we've renamed a bunch of games, so we don't have a choice. We have to rename 6 to be 3. There's nothing we can do. Yeah, but by the time they got to Final Fantasy IV, they were like, oh, we already skipped 2 and 3! What do we do? We're gonna call it 2. Big mistake. So no, I don't think anybody was stupid, especially when you're a kid and you're just like, I'm just trying to get to the next game, man. I'm just trying to figure out what the next game is. 1237. Yeah, Square America, Square USA, had a little problem with numbers. Don't worry. Now they've learned how to count and they know shapes. It's okay. They got with it eventually. They were late bloomers. And it really is gonna be a little while before I'm strong enough to go too far. Right on. Just gonna have a bunch of humans eating this meat that they should not be eating. How many gang members we have? 4 of them. Freeze them out. To entire enemy! We're applying the fire to the whole person. I know what they mean is that we're gonna light up 4 gang members. But it just sounds like, oh well, we could have thrown fire in his face, or we could apply fire to the entire body. Oh no, Fire Emblem and Custom Robo still have localization titling mishaps. Eee. Who here looked like they were running out of things to use? You learn how to punch people. You're good. You're fine. You can kick and you can punch. It's all in his mind. Okay. I'll save again. Okay, I really am just trying to get where it is I'm supposed to go, but if it's gonna continue to be kind of difficult with me, I'm gonna have to keep turning around and going back to that shrine and getting healed back up. I wasn't gonna say the thing unless somebody could kick and punch. And now somebody can, in fact, kick and punch. Alright, I'm gonna try and go back in here. Let me bring up my map again. I'm gonna try. This is where I'm supposed to be going. I would like to make at least some progress today that is notable, that we can actually see. We can have some tangible results by the end of the day. That would be nice. I don't know if we will actually manage to accomplish much of anything. I will spend some time over the next day or two doing a little bit more grinding to get some stats up. Which is what I did in Legend 1, and then it turned out the whole rest of the game was ridiculously simple. But we'll see what happens. Puncha. So it turns out punching doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. Puncha. Of course, my sword's not doing a whole heck of a lot either. You ever just want to punch a spider? So I barely walked in here and I kind of got my ass handed to me, and now I'm tempted to turn around and go back, get healed back up. Okay, we killed one toad. I'm gonna need to get some of that gold armor at this rate. You know what, we're gonna fire the entire enemy. Light every enemy on fire. Oh boy. Once again, we lost our main character. Everybody, go be on ice. There we go. Man, okay. Cure you a couple of times, I guess. I'm gonna have to go back and buy more cures eventually. I'm really not strong enough to make it back out, to make it all the way through this dungeon. This is a mistake. Like, I don't think we're gonna do the dungeon today before I'm done with my 3-hour run. Didn't really mean to blizzard the whole party, but you know what? I guess I'm gonna do it. The grind is real. It's okay. It's fine. I think when we come back on Wednesday, we'll have a much more successful streak. Oh, well, at least Dick acquired ice. You know, the useful kind. Well, that's good. So long as we're having a good time hanging out, I am very much okay with that. Seeing the spiders go down pretty easily now. These jaguars, however, have been kind of a bitch. Editing some photos on the side? No worries. I'm very familiar with having something going in the background while I do some other kind of work. It's a little difficult when I'm working on captions because I have to, like, listen to the audio of the show that I'm actually working on. So it's a little more difficult to do videos or podcasts while doing that nature of work. But I can say I've done it. You just have to turn the other thing down really, really low. And hope your brain can process both auditory things at the same time. Yeah, I suspect that they just picked the word jaguar due to text limitations, not because it's actually supposed to be a jaguar. Which I think was the case with a number of enemies in the first game also. Like, they've run into a lot of textual limitations here. But it does make for some really funny results, I will completely 100% admit. Alright, let's get healed, and then I gotta go back to town. I gotta, like, buy more cures at least. At least another 2 stacks of them. I wish I could hurry up and buy, Cure Magic. That'd be more useful. Okay, where is town? Puncha! Ooh, punched a spider to death. Supercharge your mutant's mag stats? Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Look, just by using magic, their magic ability would go up, for sure. Okay, let's go back into the item shop. I'm gonna buy 2 more stacks of cures. And then what else has he got? I'm eventually gonna want this gold, but it's 3,400 GP, so it's gonna be a little while before we get that money, especially if I have to keep coming back to buy weapons and cures. I'm eventually... I guess I'll get 1 stack of eye drops. Softs are also expensive. Yeah, the mutants are the ones I'm, for sure, most concerned about getting their magic stats up. 100%. Cool, the game let me walk all the way back here without putting me into another fight. Very kind of the game to allow me to do that. I'm just gonna keep trying to go back to this first dungeon. And if it looks like, nope, getting my ass handed to me, we just turn around and go right back. Some of these punches are starting to do pretty decent damage. 1 more gang member left. Well, I think in Japanese they were always mystics. And like, that's again one of the things we fucked up on localization. Man, this dang Ashigaru, which I think is pronounced Ashigaru, really. They're particularly difficult themselves. Well, they really didn't hurt me all that much this time. Okay, I'm trying again. I'm gonna try and go in here one more time. It's this particular, well, maybe not this specific, but it's a group of 3 that always kind of wrecks my shit. Oh, wow, that punch actually. Ooh, that was pretty good. It's when you get that jaguar in the group of 3 that things start to kind of hurt. John, hello, good to see you. OG Happy Dude, hello to you as well. Okay, I think maybe we can just do physical attacks on these guys. I think they are weak enough now, or I'm strong enough now. Some combination of the two. That we can take them out without having to throw fire or blizzard at them. Got him. Alright, that's pretty good. Hey, maybe we'll actually get to the next room in this dungeon. But give me just a minute here. We're at the top of the hour. I'm gonna take a real fast restroom break. It's only gonna be like 2 minutes. I will be right back with you guys. Don't go anywhere. OMG BRB. So you guys got some ads there, huh? Hopefully you're not missing a whole lot now that I'm back. It's just gonna be me still struggling to push forward. Yeah, this game introduced robots. I did not pick robots for this go. But yeah, I could have picked robots. Where am I trying to go right now? I'm trying to... What part of this room am I even at right now? Oh, I see. Oh, we got a whip. Oh, that's good. I think I need to go around the outside edge of this room. Well, so the autograph, I'll show you guys what happened. I'll just kind of let this fight go. I've got the, I kept the book. If you follow me on Blue Sky, you saw yesterday I went to AEW Revolution. And we got a giant comic book, and we got it signed by the wrestler Toni Storm. She's great. But somewhere mid-late during the performance, during AEW Revolution, you know, I had the book underneath my seat. Behind me, there was a kid that threw up. That was fine. They cleared the row, and then the Crypto.com arena staff came in and they cleaned up. And what I didn't know at the time was that they just, like, I guess they flushed it out, and, like, their cleaning shit dripped down to the seats below, which was me, which was my stuff, and this comic book that I just got hit by it. So I did my best to save it, and it's not great, but, like, it's not a total disaster, but this is not preferable in any way. probably tell now, especially in these corners, there's water damage now. This whole front cover, you can feel the water damage. So Toni Storm is here on the cover in this corner. Her autograph somehow kind of miraculously survived, but this cover was drenched, okay? It's warped. I was lucky I was able to air out the pages enough that, especially up here, the first half of the book is... because I had to air it out, because if you've ever had pages of a book, especially something thin like a comic book, get wet, if you don't do anything about it fast enough, they will stick together, and you try and open it, it'll rip apart. I'm lucky it came out like this. Maybe cut it out and frame it? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Like, even the corner down here underneath her is also kind of warped. And because it was very, very damp and I was trying to carry it back home and I had to get on a train to get back to where I parked my car, the edge, you're not going to be able to hardly see it, I'm sure. Edge is torn right here. Now, here and here, there's tears because of the water damage. Here and here. The kid is definitely not the problem. The kid didn't do this. It was the staff of the Crypto.com arena doing the cleaning and allowing their cleaning shit to drip down onto other people's shit in the rows below that did this. I really did my best to salvage what was left of this. And thankfully, because Josh was really upset because he was like, you know, I got this special thing for you. It wasn't super expensive, but it was a very, like, oh, he did something nice for me. And, oh, this was a nice experience where, for whatever reason, Toni Storm is very popular, but the line to get her autograph was almost non-existent. And so it was just a really nice experience, and it was just nice to have a physical memorabilia of an event that was very, very special. That is what bums me about it. Not so much like, oh, we fucked up a comic book, but like, it was kind of it was just a bummer, man. And I didn't figure out that it had happened until the last match of the night, and I was just going to pick up all of my stuff, and then, like, look at how the pages, they're warped like that because of the water damage. It's a bummer. I wish it was not like this, but I guess this could be a lot worse. And yeah, the autograph somehow, shockingly, it didn't fade, it didn't warp, it didn't wash off. It could be worse, I guess. But man, Josh was real upset. He was like, just throw it away. Just never mind, it's ruined, just throw it away. And I was like, no, you did a nice thing for me. I'm gonna do my best to salvage this. It could be the timing was just lucky, there being no line, but I mean, I had to stand around in the area for a while, just because there was still a line to get into the actual Staples, or it used to be the Staples Center, now it's the Crypto.com arena. Like, they hadn't opened the doors to the venue yet, and the autograph was happening outside. There were only so many people there early to do that. And she only had an autograph session that was like, I think at best an hour long. So, no, I think it was like, it was kind of like, if you've ever worked retail, if you've ever worked a cash register, some days you just have those days where you don't have a line, but you do kind of constantly have a drip feed of people who will just show up like oh, the line cleared out. Now one person showed up to make you do some work, and those are kind of annoying days. That's what it was really like to see Toni Storm. That's what her autograph line looked like. Not that it was a line, there wasn't a line, there was just like, oh, somebody bought the comic book and then they went in to get her autograph. It wasn't all that much. She's great. She's a great character. I like her. I like her quite a bit. Somebody gained some HP there a second ago. Rick gained some HP. That's good. I'm looking at my map trying to figure out where I'm trying to go. Did I already come up here? I got into a fight the second that— there's 8 lizards! Okay. I'm gonna have to freeze them out then. Oh, nice hit. Ooh, weak to blizzard. Hell yeah! Hell yeah. Okay, we have already been up in here. Hydrate, thank you. the Cock Theater image. Yeah, because the Peacock Theater is directly across in the same square as the Crypto.com Arena. It's in the same location as the Los Angeles Convention Center, so I go there every year for Anime Expo. I had been going to LA Comic Con, which is also in that same space, but learning that a guy who operates LA Comic Con is in the Epstein files, I'm probably not gonna go back to LA Comic Con anytime soon. Alright, so what I was trying to do was go around the outside here. Only 4 lizards this time. I think we can just take normal swings at them. Yeah, one of the dudes who manages, what is the name of the company? One second, I've got it somewhere over here. Kamikaze Entertainment runs LA Comic Con. And, Doron Ophir, CSA and PGA of Kamikaze Entertainment, who owns and operates LA Comic Con. He's in the Epstein files, so the only reason why I figured this out was because I just searched the Epstein files for the word anime, just to see what would come up. And so comes up a number of emails in the Epstein files about LA Comic Con. And then, like, Epstein was on this email list for, Doron Ophir runs a company that does, casting for reality television shows. I think that includes things like, RuPaul's Drag Race and other shit that I've never heard of before because I don't watch reality TV all that much. And I'm digging through like, God, why are these guys in contact with each other? And as far as I can tell, Doron Ophir used to work for Epstein in New York. They sent packages to each other, for each other. They FedExed shit all the time. He was in newspapers, saying, oh yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell, like, contacted Doron Ophir, who was working at this nightclub, in order to help Prince Andrew go and have a good time at this nightclub. And Doron Ophir is quoted as saying, like, wow, Prince Andrew's cool, he's raising the roof. Or whatever the fuck it was he said. He really thought Prince Andrew was fucking cool. I found emails of Doron Ophir emailing Jeffrey Epstein back and forth, and they're like, Epstein's bragging about his fucking island, and Doron's going, wow, your island? That's so fucking cool! And, this was, mind you, after Epstein got convicted already. Long since his conviction, and Doron's emailing him back and forth, and he mailed him, like, on his company letterhead, like, in 2009, Epstein was convicted in 2008, okay, so 2009, Doron is sending Epstein a big glowing letter on his company letterhead saying, I love you, man, you sure did help me when I was down and out, and thanks to you, I have everything that I have, and you will always be my friend, and I will always be there for you, whatever you need, anything you could possibly need, Jeffrey Epstein, I love you, and will always cherish and honor you, or whatever the fuck, okay? And I'm going, oh no, this guy helps operate LA Comic Con. He pushes fucking on his Instagram account, he just pushes all of this LA Comic Con shit every year. So I'm probably not gonna go back to LA Comic Con. I'm just saying. And I keep trying to share it, and it gets, like, very minimal attention. And I keep going back to the Kamikaze Entertainment LinkedIn page to see, I wonder if they got rid of Doron Ophir. No, they did not. So, like, whether or not Doron Ophir went to an island and did shit to kids, bare minimum, if you're talking to a pedophile who's been convicted of sex crimes, and you're like, I sure do love you, pedophile who's been convicted of sex crimes, that's good enough for me, man. I am GTFOing as hard as I possibly fucking can. Anyway, I'm not going back to LA Comic Con, which is in the same venue as Anime Expo, which is right next to Cock Theater and the Crypto.com Arena. That's how we got on this topic, by the way. It's all in the same square. All those buildings are all in the same square. And then, what's in here? Taking the stairs will take me to the next room. I'm not sure if... that's just a shadow. Okay. Next room it is. What's our HP looking like? We could use a little bit of a boost here. Let's do... this. And... this. Bare minimum. Okay. Now where am I? Okay, I think I see where I am. Fight! Lots of punches. Hammers. Punch. Swords. Woohoo! Punches are doing real well now. That was pretty good. Ugh! I'm punching so hard! Oh my god! We've got... oh no, I didn't even get a chance to find out what was in the box. I remember when Rowling and Dawkins were in the Epstein files. I think no one should ever forget that. Remember when the alt-right were like, yes, we should definitely be looking into those Epstein files, get all those pedophiles. And then it turned out their dudes were in the Epstein files, and then they were like, well, wait a minute. Let's be reasonable here. Cool, cool, cool. Suddenly not in the news anymore. It does feel that way, right? Certainly not to the extent that they should be. Man, all these boxes were empty. This was pointless. Damn it. Wasted my steps. Let's go check on these. Empty. They're all empty! Son of a bitch! Take these stairs. Where am I at now? Okay, this is the last room of this dungeon, but it's a really big room. Okay. Going this way. 4 lizards. Yeah, just after a war started. How about that? I'm not big on the idea that, oh, X thing is a distraction from Y thing. However, it does feel like, oh, if you keep us really exhausted by all of the shit, then you can't properly focus on one part of the shit that we could fix. Now we're just like, we are stretched thin with how much shit there is. That's what it really is. Less that it's a distraction, and more that, oh, they're gonna be too tired to deal with anything if we just do all of the terrible things. Okay, more cures. That's good. That's useful. Yeah, just a temporary movement. Up and around this way. Oh no. Time to punch more spiders. Ooh, that was a really good punch. Ooh, that was a really good punch. Man, my main character, human chick, Danny, she punched good. She's really good at this. Doing well, yeah, I'm not doing so bad otherwise. With Tekla, yeah. Very spidery lady. You ever wanted to punch a fly out of the air? I'm gonna try that right now. We got one. There we go. We might actually do this whole dungeon. We might actually do it. We might have actually accomplished one particularly notable task today. Somebody's here. Take the Magi and run! Oh no. 8 lizards. Uh-oh, we gotta... You punch. You hammer. Blizzard. They hate Blizzard. Woohoo! There we go. That went pretty well. Empty. Of course they took all of this shit. Punching flies. Yeah, people can think of more than one thing at once. That's why I don't think it's that calling a thing a distraction from another thing is very helpful or useful. There we go, got all the flies. Lost ice and acquired ice. Got power, speed, and mana. Sweet, 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 sweet. So I could be equipping some of these. I'll put one on each person. And then also, let's use some of this cure. One for you. I'll go use this one. That'll do for now. Come on, I'm so close to that door. We got 6 enemies here. We've killed one of them. There we go. A lot of these enemies do not like being cold. I can relate. Oh my god. Two jaguars. I think my punch here will kill this one gang member, so I'm gonna try that. There we go. We've defeated... Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. I think I'll risk moving forward here. Open it, quick! Hey, come back here. Opened. Oh no. We are guardians. Came to hold back Ashura's plan, but we failed. Ashura's men took the Magi. Dead. That sucks. Dead. So I think that was that whole dungeon, just for us to get 3 of the Magi, and then find out dudes be out here stealing Magi, and then go back about our business. I think this is the outside of the map, right where we just were, and all I can do really is leave, I think. I don't think there's anything else to find here, although now I've gotten myself into another fight, because of course I did. You know what? Time to learn how to kick. An update where they're banning deepfake smut. AI deepfake smut. Oh, well, that's useful. That's one thing Patreon has done right. They don't always get things right, but... you know, you do have to point out when places get things right so that you can show them, hey, this is what we want more of and not this other thing. Got him! Alright, let's go get ourselves healed up. Oh my god, really high rate of encounters. At least I punch like a beast, holy shit. Alright. What? Ashura's men took the Magi? We are going to the Ashura's base. I'm coming with you. I must save this world from Ashura. Alright, cool. We got ourselves a new NPC party member. This game has been a lot easier to navigate without having to rely too much on a guide than the first game was. So, you know, that's not nothing. I guess we're aiming for another town now. Where's my world map? Yeah, we're gonna be going north from here. Alright, let's leave this room. There are many different worlds other than this. Next world is Ashura's Desert, and next to it is Giant's World. We've talked to this person before. They're just in my way. Can you please... why are you blocking... oh my god, get out of the doorway! Get out of the doorway, what the fuck? I can't leave. Is there another way out? Because this person won't leave. No. Get out of the doorway. What are you doing? Oh my god. Oh my god. No! What? Hello? Get out of the doorway! What the f- oh my god. Alright, better save. Haven't saved in a while. Huge mistake. But that's okay. What abilities does Key have right now? Hammer, Cure, good, the cure is useful. Thunder, too. Alright, let's go up to this next town. Have a look around. Ashura is willing to get the statue of Goddess and become the only god to rule the whole world. I assume that's bad. I can't tell what emotion is had in that statement, but the Pillar of Sky leads to Ashura's world. Alright. And that is where we're gonna try to go in a little while. I think I need the end? No. Uh-oh, leaving? Yep, I'm leaving. Ordinary people can't get into the Ashura's base, okay? Well, I guess we're not ordinary people then. What kind of weapons we got here? Ice, template... oh, we got an SMG. It's very expensive. Fog, rocket. We're getting the cool weapons now. What does prayer do? I assume it's a kind of heal. And here we got, ooh, the X-Cures. A little pricey, but... Oh, heal, it's a magic spell, it's very expensive. Right, heal's a magic, or is it an item? I don't know. Elixir. Everything is really expensive. I am definitely just gonna have to run around and earn a bunch of money in between now and Wednesday. We can't get to the Pillar of Sky because of that Ashura's base. Okay. Well, let's just see what we can find. And just getting out there and doing. I'll keep going like this until it really seems like I desperately need the guide. Save one more time. This pathway is a little bit rough, but I think we can do it. That was a really good punch. Alright, alright. Got another weapon for that. That's good. Okay, so where am I now? This is that Tower of Ashura or whatever the fuck? Let's see. Ashura's base, yeah, here we go. Let's have a map open for this one. I can't quite tell where I am. Maybe this is not the correct map. I'm not sure. I guess I'll just start walking for a second. See what I find. Well, got me into a fight with a fly. You ever kicked a fly out of the air? That's power. There we go. Some stats increased, so that's good. Who needed a new weapon? We needed to give, Shell a new weapon, I guess. I'm gonna give you another longsword. Yeah, this is mostly Itto. Uematsu really just did the leitmotif from the first game, but almost all the rest of this is Itto. It's very, very good. I absolutely agree. Alright. Okay, so every time I talk to this monster, it causes me to get into a fight, so I gotta stop doing that. There we go, there we go. Oh, Dick learned how to cure. I mean, that's not nothing. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go up into that door. Punching and kicking flies out of the air. One more fly, let's go. Our health is not doing so bad in here so far. Let's go up. Where am I? What is this place? Why do these lizards have tusks at all? Why? There we go. So I'm guessing I can't talk to that zombie either, very probably. I'm looking around this map trying to figure out how the fuck I got here. Very strange. I really like these enemy types in this game, actually. I do think they're very unique and creative, a little more cartoony than Final Fantasy, at least for a good long while. Toad meat. Oh my god. 2 spiders. Time to punch and kick the spiders. Oh, I should have switched who my target was. Oh well. Oh, actually, it turns out almost everybody was useful against the spiders. All good. Okay, so this has now put me where exactly? What hallway is this? Alright, we got all the frogs. Good, good. Wave him like you just don't care. Doesn't care that he's about to die. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that just kind of dead ends down there. Gonna have to go in this door. Spider's dead. I'm gonna need to throw some heals around here in a little bit. Happy Science is releasing their newest movie on DVD-R? Like a DVD writable disc? What? Yeah, the Yashigaru. They're not super great to have to deal with. One of these mutants has learned Cure. At least I thought they did. Maybe it was Rick who learned Cure? No. Somebody learned Cure for a second. I guess they unlearned it. But fine, we'll have Key use Cure instead. One fungus down. Oh my god. Lizard be throwing around their tusks a lot. Oh my god! Why won't these guys go down? Oh, there's been another movie since that one you're talking about, Takato? I didn't even know there was another one, because I remember which one you're describing that got, like, really limited runs out here, but I haven't heard of another one since. Sure, eat the food. Not that anything's gonna happen. Let me look at my abilities again. Is it just that okay, the cure was just buried way down here. Okay, let's use it a few times. Get his magic abilities up a little bit anyway. That'll do for now. Dragonheart Adventures Beyond This World came out last year. Yeah! I didn't hear anything about that one. I mean, not that you should know much of anything about a Happy Science movie, right? Ooh. Kicked the shit out of one of those jaguars. Oh my god. Any plans for St. Patrick's Day? Not really. I wish I did. Although maybe I should just make some plans. I don't have any plans, but maybe I should just make some. Trying to think of whether or not I even have any green clothes. I might have one green shirt lying around somewhere. Thank you for the cheer, by the way. Very kind of you. Wear some green and get drunk. I got a little bit of alcohol here in the fridge. We don't, like, keep a bunch of alcohol stocked. We're not that kind of a drinker, you know? Damn, this was the whole room? What door did I just come from? I actually am not sure what door I came from. I'm trying to look at my map and figure out where I've been already. I think I want to go in this door. I think. Because I just don't remember whether or not I've been where I've been. There's doors on either side here. I think they both just go to the same place. I think, if I'm looking at this other map correctly. OWTK reported on it. Yeah, I learn about a lot of releases just by following that account for sure. I don't catch everything all the time, you know. I follow a lot of people and sometimes, like, stuff slips by me, so... It's entirely possible somebody in my feed at some point in time said something about it and it just went right past me. Alright. So I'm gonna try and get to the top of this dungeon, which I think I'm pretty close to the end of, and that'll probably be where I stop for the day. So, we'll go slightly over our 3-hour target time, and then call it when it's at a pretty decent stopping point, you know, a place where it logically makes a little bit of sense. To which cereal mascot do I think I could beat in a fight? Lucky's pretty slippery. I don't know. I don't know about Lucky. I bet I could kick the shit out of Toucan Sam. I think I could do it. Sure, he can fly, but, you know, if you just ground him, what's he gonna do? Oh boy, we're about to lose one of our characters here if we don't kill the enemies first. 990 damage! Oh my god! And that was out of me! I punched so hard! Holy shit! Oh, I'm out of punches. I'll have to replace my punches. Yeah, tricks still exist, right? Right? I'm realizing I haven't, like, gone out of my way to look. I think it still exists. I'm pretty sure it does. Let's keep throwing some cures around. Pretty good, pretty good. That'll do for now. Oh my god, I only took one step! What the fuck? Oh, I forgot to replace my punches. It's okay. You know what? Blizzard. Blizzard everybody, flame everybody. Thunder. I don't know whether or not jaguars like thunder, but I'm gonna try it. Oh! Oh, they did not like thunder! That's useful to know. Very good, very good. Agility up. Alright, equip you with more punches. Right? I know I've got another punch. Here's another punch. Yeah, your punches were really, really good. We need to make sure you still just keep punching. Oh boy. No, 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 go away! Go away. Now where am I? There's a chest behind the bar here. I want to go get that. Where's my punch? There we go. Kick! Oh my god, stop it! Let's try that. Punching spiders! Oh my god, stop it! Another spider dead. Another fungus dead. How am I missing with these punches now? Okay, that toad is gone. Fungus is gone. Spider is gone. Man, that took a little while. I just want this. An axe. Alright, that's pretty good. Where am I trying to get to now? I think this door over here. Okay, gotta be careful. I think we need to be ready for something behind this door. Abilities. I'm gonna spend more of my cures topping some dudes off. Pretty good, pretty good. Hi, Kaido, doing alright? Getting pretty close to the end of this stream for the day, but, it's all good. Was kind of a slow start, but I think we've managed to kind of even out here. Ha ha ha! How stupid of you to come here, Key! Fighting a... Yes, that is definitely a rhino. Out of all the pictures of rhinos I've seen, this is definitely one of them. Sure. Anyway, I'm gonna punch this dinosaur in the face. And kick it, too. You know what? I'm gonna throw a blizzard at it and see what happens. Maybe even light it on fire. Also thunder. Let's just see if it doesn't like any of the elements. He's weak to blizzard. Great. Ooh, not great. Oh my god! We got him with 2 spells. It's too late! Most of the Magi is already in Lord Ashura's hands! Bonsai! Let's go out that door! It's blowing up! Oh no. Gotta go! Fuck! The defense, the fire, and ice Magi. We should have 7 Magi now. This tower collapsed. Ashura's base disappeared. Did it! But Ashura will be stronger with Magi and assail you again. We'll go get him before that. Okay, I think that's a pretty solid place to stop just for now. We had some slow progress right at the beginning, but we made a little progress today, and that's good. I think that's very good. So again, we'll come back on Wednesday. I'm gonna try and spend some time grinding my stats and really money. Money's the more important thing so that I can get more items and weapons and equipment and shit. And hopefully this will not be a very difficult game for us to get through. The first game certainly wasn't. Once you mastered grinding enough and having enough money to buy the shit you need. Then after that, it's a breeze. Yeah, if you're on ads right now, now's a good time. You can check out. I think I'm gonna check out too. I'm gonna see. We might not raid somebody, but I'm just going to see who's live right now. Could raid Animat again. He seemed very happy about it last time. Although, who's this? Shane? Hold on, 1 second. I might send this to Animat. Give me a second here. Let me see how he's doing right now. He's got an interview going on with somebody. We went and raided Animat last week too. And I think, like, he was very receptive of it before. And, you know, he's gonna be talking animation and stuff. Which I think some of you would also be interested in. Alright, sending you guys off to see Animat. You have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now, my friends. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Oh, it looks like, sorry, I just got a bit of an announcement. Apparently I got a little extra raid.